Good evening, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And the subject here is how things have changed in the last 20 or 30 years in high schools. In a nutshell, maybe just a couple of points on that subject, not a deep dive, but I remember, I'm going to get right into it. I remember when I was in high school, there were some notable differences. There were a lot less cameras, for better or worse, and that's a segue to my other point, which is that there were some shenanigans back then that were more or less harmless, mostly harmless. Not all of them harmless, of course. There were some serious things going on, but for the most part, kids had a lot more freedom and a lot more opportunity to do things that weren't specifically with permission or with the blessings of their parents or the school administrators. But nowadays, things have changed a lot. The entire landscape, the environment is different. There are cameras everywhere that I can see. I'm not actually in the classrooms anymore, but I see them from outside when I'm passing by schools and whatnot. And I can only assume that they're kind of everywhere. And there's an atmosphere, an oppressive kind of scary threat tactic oriented atmosphere where it looks like the kids are just kind of being beaten into submission. They're being, forced into obedience, which, if you ask me, is kind of a core element of the current curriculum and probably always has been. They just lacked the resources and technology to enforce it very well back when I was in school. But nowadays, it's they've tightened down the buckles, and there's not a lot of wiggle room or opportunities for people to, beat the system, so to speak. I want to make one specific example, and this is a behavioral example that is kind of unprecedented as far as from when I was in school. I never saw this. I guess it's possible that it was going on and I just didn't realize it. Nowadays, and I see this, I actually visually see this, and I just saw it. It's the impetus for this video. Kids are literally breaking into their, for example, their football fields to partake in athletics after hours and on weekends. And these are the new shenanigans, I guess. And you might say, well, how bad? That's not bad, right? That's a good thing. Well, okay, yeah, no, I get it. Exercise is a good thing, and being scholastic and studious are good things generally. But so are learning where boundaries are, learning how to exercise impulse control, and how to have a moral compass. These are all very important things, and typically the way people learn this stuff, or at least when I was growing up, is by experimentation and finding those boundaries the hard way within reason. And my concern, I guess, is that by taking away all of the opportunities for kids to misbehave, or people in general, not just in schools but in society, they lose touch with their moral compass. They forget how to have impulse control. They have no opportunities to practice it, no reasons to practice it. It's all, everything is just handed to them in the form of instructions and expectations, policies, laws, and protocols. And there's almost, it just takes the joy right out of it, doesn't it? There's no more autonomy, there's no more independence, there's no more liberty. And if you ask me, liberty is the whole reason we're here, is to figure stuff out, to experience things on our own, at our own discretion, starting in school, right? Starting when you're a young person. So God bless these kids who are, breaking into their football field to play football on the weekends. I mean, wow, that's pretty ruckus. I don't mean to be rude, but man, we did a lot of other stuff, and it didn't include being scholastic in our free time. I hope you all have a great night, and I hope that you find some fun stuff to do with or without permission, and learn how to conduct yourselves without people overseeing you, and you won't need that oversight. You won't need supervision if you are your own supervisor. So figure out how to become your own supervisor, and you'll be a happier person, I'm quite sure. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.